Don't all that.
What? Don't be like me. I'm just trying to give out some advice on the way to make a letter E. Ha! Today, class, we're gonna make an E. I just drew my pattern. One thing you have to remember when you're making E's, like if you got two next to each other or two in the same word, there's a lot of E's and a lot of different words. Try to bend them the same way. I always do my 90 from the bottom. That way it looks the same every single time. It's hard to do that method. Like if you're going to do two E's right next to each other with the same stick of glass and bend it the same way, it's tricky. A lot of times I'll just cut it and bend two E's and weld them together. This is a 90 bend. First bend on the letter E, this style, the 90. And the flame should be turned up a little. I also like to have my swivel on the right side. I'm right-handed. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Now I'm going to do a double back. When I'm marking the glass, I'm marking a center line and then the thickness of the glass on either side of the center line. You really don't, when you've been bending as long as I have, you don't really need them side lines, just the center line. But by habit, a lot of times I'll still put them marks there. I'm gonna turn my flame up a little bit. I got this valve down here. All I do is have to turn up for lead-free glass. Have to turn down for leaded glass. This might be leaded, but it seemed like my flame was down a little. It is. See, it's starting to get dark.
There, I got it.
Controlling the glass. You can turn it and get it where you want it, so it looks the way you want it. Next bend, the drop. Now, here, come over here. This is the way I mark this. To do this bend, you put a mark right here, one right here, and one right here. The center mark is the end of your glass, right here. Wherever you choose. Center mark, end of glass. Very important. Center mark, end of glass. Everybody say that now.
I forgot what you just said. I don't listen to you.
So when I do these kind of bends, I like to start, seeing if that was too high. I like to start the bend over here until it starts moving. I'll heat everything up. Then once it's moving, I'll just focus on the mark. My three little marks. Center for a couple seconds, back to the ends. Once it's ready, let it fall, kind of twist. See how I'm twisting like this? There's not much to a letter E. I'm trying to make it interesting. And then another thing you can do is this. straight down. That way you know these are straight with each other. Now I'm doing the bottom. $90. If I'm down here, I'll leave a stain. But if I'm up here, it's a little softer heat. Sharper as well. So you can get a good 90. You want your 290s, you want all your 90s to look similar. Yes, it's handmade. But the goal is to make it look, you know, similar. Now, this is going to be hot after I bend it, so I like to mark this bend before I do this bend. It's another 90. You can start low. I got this heat a little too hot for leaded glass. So if I leave it down here, it's going to start getting burned. So once I notice it's starting to move, I'm raising it up. This is the safe zone. At the way I have this adjusted right now, right here is the safe zone. I can stay right here all day long, it won't burn it. You want to try to look at the bend. It's hard to do that with arcs and some bends, but the bends like this, you can get them right in your face. Face the bend. Now I'm going to do a double back, and this one's going to be a raise. This is how I do this bend. I'll stand here like this, and then right before I go to bend, I'll turn like this. So I'm looking at my pattern. So get out of the way. Heat zone, safe zone. If that makes any sense. I have this right at the point, the hottest it could possibly be to bend this glass without burning it. Usually, as long as you keep it moving. Anyway, I have make some of these. I have too many of them. They're everywhere. Here's another one. All different sizes, all different lengths. This is for 11 and 12 mil. This is for 10 mil. My big thick 15 mil ones must be somewhere, hidden somewhere. I'm going to switch this over here. And then you put your block right there like that. A raise is that you kind of push in on the glass and then pick it up and pull back out. Does that make sense? And that's the height. I usually do the 2 finger. That's Drake's like, how can you do that, man? That's what I've done for years. But I have these blocks for when the production work comes on. And then you put it on your block. You use these blocks. Still got to look at it. Don't trust the block. It's a tool to help you do what you're doing. The minute you do that, everything falls apart. There we go. Letter E. Next is the letter F.